Hello, I'm Adriana, trauma-informed yoga instructor and physiotherapist. And today's video is going to be a trauma-informed yoga practice for chronic pain. It will be a nice and gentle movement practice so that you can try and relax the body while still moving, stretching, and working the muscles. So get into something comfy and grab a comfortable spot that you can do some movement, and we'll get started. I invite you to join me starting on your back today. So lying down in whatever way is comfortable to start. Just taking a moment to center yourself. You could even do this on a bed if you would like, potentially a couch, anywhere that's comfortable for you. I invite you to bring both knees up to the chest. You could grab them with your hands if you would like. You could cross your feet if that feels better. And perhaps rocking side to side with the body or doing gentle little circles with the hips. Finding any form of movement that calls to you today. Maybe taking a nice deep inhale and exhale as you're moving the body. Relaxing the muscles up the face, the jaw, the mouth. Moving into a gentle rhythm here. If you're circling, maybe you circle the other way. Knowing that this is entirely your practice. If you are experiencing pain or discomfort, you can choose the movements that feel good for your body today. I invite you to lower the left leg, keeping that right knee up to the chest. You could straighten the left leg completely, or perhaps bend the knee so that the left foot is on the surface that you are on. Whatever option feels better for your body today. Taking a nice couple breaths here, perhaps noticing the gentle stretch throughout the hips or the low back. In your own time, releasing that right knee, bringing the left one up to your chest. Just as on the other side, you could have that right leg straight, or you could bend that right knee so your foot is on the surface. Taking a couple nice breaths here. Once again, maybe tuning into the face and relaxing all the muscles there. It's a very common area to hold tension. In your own time, lowering the left leg. I invite you to bend both the knees here, moving into what is called a figure 4 stretch. So a couple different variations of this. You could take that left foot and place it on the right knee and bring that left knee down towards the ground. So you could stay here if you would like. If you would like to feel more of a sensation in that left hip, you could lift the right leg up. You could even take your hands and clasp behind the right leg. So you can choose the variation that works best for you today. Once again, just noticing the sensations here. Knowing if you're living with chronic pain, it's common to feel pain as you move and as you do things. So maybe you can just notice the pain as you continue to move. Whenever you're ready, if that right leg is up, you can lower it. You can take that left leg and place it down, keeping the knee bent. Do the same thing on the other side here. So that right foot is going to go on the left knee, bringing that right knee down towards the ground. And then once again, you could lift that left leg, or you could clasp your hands behind that left leg, depending on the sensation that you're wanting to feel today. Maybe you tune into the body. Maybe tuning into the body feels like too much right now. And if that's the case, you can tune into your surroundings, noticing any sounds around the room. Whenever you are ready, taking that left leg, if it's up, and lowering it down, taking that right leg and placing it down on the ground. And then I invite you to join me on hands and knees for a few cat-cows, so you can make your way there. If cat-cow doesn't feel good for your practice, then you could choose something different. If you are joining me in cat-cow, as always, you could place something under the wrists or the knees if that feels better for you. And on an inhale, lowering the belly to the ground, bringing that tailbone up. The neck could stay neutral or look upward. On an exhale, you can round through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, bringing that tailbone down. The neck could go down. On an inhale, lowering the belly to the ground. Tailbone goes up, head goes up. Exhale, rounding the spine, head goes down, tailbone goes down. And you can move through a few more of these at your own pace and your own time. Maybe even doing circles with the hips here, or wagging the hips back and forth. Exploring whatever movements feel good for you or feel neutral for you. Taking your time to recognize the different feelings in the body. Maybe you can even tune into an area of the body that you don't experience pain in, or you experience less pain in. If you're circling, perhaps you circle the other way. And if it calls to you, you can come back to neutral. And I invite you to look over your left shoulder here. So it's just going to bring the hips over to the right slightly as you look back, holding here for a breath. And then switching to the other side, looking over that right shoulder. The hips are going to go left a little bit, holding here for a breath. Coming back to neutral, making your way into child's form. So you can have your knees as wide as the mat. You could keep them about hip width apart, bringing the body back towards your feet, and the arms can stay up top. You could bend the elbows. You could keep the arms straight. You can rest your head on the mat. Find the version of this form that works for you today. And I'll be spending about 5 breaths here. Noticing the stretch in my back and my hips. For me, this feels really nice. For others, it might not. So if it doesn't feel good for you, it can always come out. Taking one more inhale and exhale if you're still here with me. In your own time, making your way to a seated form. I'm going to sit on a pillow so it's a little more comfortable. And you can choose to sit in any way that works for you. You don't have to sit cross-legged like me. You could have your legs straight, or you could have them differently, whatever works. Taking a nice inhale and maybe exhaling a sigh, letting everything go. I invite you to join me in a neck stretch here, bringing the right ear down to the right shoulder, maybe feeling sensations through the left side of the neck. You can have your eyes closed if you'd like, or gaze gently in front of you, or keep them open. And then bringing that chin down towards your chest, doing a gentle half circle till you're stretching over on the other side. So now the left ear is near the left shoulder and maybe feeling sensations through the right side of the neck. And I'm just going to be going back and forth gently, really slowly from one side to the other. So you could choose to do that with me, or you might choose to hold the stretches longer. You might decide to do completely different neck stretches. All the options are completely valid. Whatever works. Taking one more stretch wherever you are. Bringing your neck back to neutral. You can join me in a seated twist if that feels good for you. So bringing that left hand to the right knee, you can bring that right hand behind you and just turn your body over to the right as far as feels comfortable. Deep inhale and exhale here. Coming back to start, repeating on the other side. That right hand goes on the left knee, left hand goes behind you, twisting over to the left. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center. And if there's any other movements that are calling to you today, feel free to do them now. Maybe some arm circles or arm movements, or maybe you want to shake your legs out. Really, anything works. It's an opportunity for you to check in with yourself and see if there's anything else you're needing. And whenever you are done doing whatever option that you are choosing, I'll be doing a little bit of breath practice at the end here. So you could stay seated with me if you'd like, or go back on your back or even your stomach. Perhaps closing the eyes again or gazing softly in front of you. Taking a couple moments to just breathe normally, however you would breathe. Perhaps you bring the inhale in for 4 seconds. And then you hold it at the top for 4 seconds. And then you exhale for 4 seconds. And then you hold it at the bottom for 4 seconds. This is called box breathing. I'll go through a few more times. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Return back to normal breathing. that practice can be nice for the nervous system. It's always something that you can come back to on your own time. Maybe you quickly scan through the body, just noticing any sensations. Taking a couple final moments here. If your eyes are closed, you can keep them closed or you can open them. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this practice was enjoyable. If you are experiencing chronic pain, I know it can be hard to want to move the body. So hopefully you can participate in even a small amount of this practice today. And you should feel proud regardless of how much you participated, because showing up is the hardest part. So thank you. And I will see you next time.